Darklings! So a few years ago I did a hair FAQ video that everyone ignored, and because everyone ignored it I ended up deleting it after a few years, and I figured it was time for an update. Anyway, I get asked about my hair so much it actually drives me a little bit crazy and I overreact and get really cranky because I'm asked almost daily. And I have had this hair color for 5.5 years. I did it just after I turned 19. And one of the questions I'm asked is, what brand do I use? I use Manic Panic. I get asked about other colors from Manic Panic. I'm like, I don't know. I've only ever used every single one of their blues, and I think one of their greens and maybe one of their purples, and just mix them all together. I have a jar. So that's why I don't know which Manic Panic blues it is, because I have a jar that's a mixture of all of them. I just dump it in and shake it together, and then the remnants get added with whatever the new color is. I dye my hair myself. No, I cannot help you dye your hair because I only know my hair. And if you want to dye your hair, I recommend talking to a professional or someone who knows hair that can help you, teach you how to do it if you want to do it the DIY way. I bleach my roots and dye the whole thing every 2 months. This is the 7-week mark, so my roots are crazy long. I cut my own bangs because I hate spending money, and I cut my hair once a year, usually about 2 inches, just to get the split ends off. It's at my hip right now. I'm trying to see if I can get it to mid-thigh, but I really don't know how long I'm trying to get it to go. It drives me crazy, but I still like it long much more than it short. I also get asked about the different hairstyles that I do, and I don't really do anything crazy with my hairstyles because, one, in the mornings I want to be ready in half an hour and I don't care to do my hair. And two, my hair is heavy and likes to be in the way, and I'm not good at extensively crazy or intricate hairstyles anyway. I didn't learn to French braid until I was 21 because it took me 8 years to figure it out, and then one day it clicked. And on the one hand, I love the way that my hair looks braided and I can do cool things with it. On the other hand, I'm very lazy, and trying to mess with it for a long period of time is a lot of arm strain, and so it gets tiresome. So I usually decorate with something like flower headbands, which is a headband that I hot glued leaves and flowers and stuff to, which are really easy and cheap to make. Otherwise, I'll do hair clips, which people probably saw me wearing these this summer, and it's just a normal clip that I sewed fake flowers to. I also have done this with leaves. These are all stitched together, all crazy with red thread, onto a normal clip. Sometimes little things of flowers like this, and other times just individual leaves. Those are pretty easy to make. They're a little tedious and a little bit time consuming, but they're very easy to make nonetheless. So I'll usually do those as an alternative because it looks interesting without very much effort. Otherwise, if I want the bolder, more extreme version, I will end up doing flower crowns like this. And they're a little bit on the showy side, and I get stared at a little bit too much, to the point that even I start to feel uncomfortable, and I'm mostly a good sport about the staring. So these are for special occasions. Other than that, I do hoard a lot of hats, especially around this time where the roots are very long. I will wear hats more often because even if the color still looks okay, I hate looking at the roots. Whenever people ask what my natural hair color is, I sigh a little bit on the dramatic side because my roots are very long and it's very easy to tell that I'm a brunette. But I've been a brunette for long enough that I don't really care. Another thing is some of the simple hairstyles I do, people ask how I do it, and it's like, cool, it takes 3.5 seconds to do. One of them is looping my hair. And of course, this is the lazy version. Sometimes I'll do high pigtails, sometimes I'll do low pigtails, sometimes I'll do pigtail braids, sometimes I'll do single blades, sometimes I'll do a ponytail. For some reason, these seem very complicated to people, and maybe it isn't that they think that, and it's just that it's blue. But I get asked with amazing frequency. My hair really is not that complicated to figure it out. I wash it every 3rd day. I do not use any product on it. I barely ever backcomb it because it's too heavy to support it anyway. I don't use a blow dryer except the morning after I wash my dye out because I leave it in overnight. And I don't use a straightener I don't use a curling iron because my hair won't hold a curl unless I put it in curlers overnight, which is kind of annoying and painful process, so I don't do it very often because they look great for about half an hour, and then my hair that was here is to here 2 hours later, even when I did put in a bunch of hairspray, because my hair hates being anything other than perfectly straight. That's pretty much it. My hair is really not that complicated, and the fact that I get asked about it a lot I find almost comical. But anyway, I hope that answers any questions that you might have. Till next time, Darklings.